What is up? This is take 2, so I apologize if you guys were on the last one, but I want to share with you guys how I was able to generate over $15,000 in revenue with no ads and with no email. So if you guys are enjoying, if you guys like the new Millennial Skills swag, comment with your favorite emoji, and I'll let you know how we can hook you up with some of that stuff. But I want to share with you guys how I was able to actually do that, because a lot of people a lot of people didn't believe it. I had one guy who was like bullshit, and I wasn't sure if he was just messing around, or I wasn't sure if he was kind of playing around, or what kind of his deal was, but I wanted to kind of walk you through what happened, and more importantly, inspire you to go out there and create it for yourself, because a lot of people think that they need big email lists, or a lot of people think that they need a large ad budget, or a lot of people think that they need investors, or they need this thing in order to go out there and have success online. But the reality is that you can do it for free, right? If you have a Facebook page, you have a PayPal account, and you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can go out there and create an online business for you. You don't need anything else other than these platforms, right? You don't need anything else. You don't need a website. You don't need an autoresponder, right? You don't need a large email list. All of these tools are actually out there for you to be able to create this business if you're willing to pick them up. So if you guys are down and you guys are, want to hear about kind of this journey a little bit and how you guys can go out there and start selling stuff online for free, give me an emoji. Let's see if we can get some people on, and drop any questions that you guys had about the journey as well. But I'll take you guys back, right? Because I remember there was a time like early. Let's take a look here, right? If we actually go back early in the journey, we look back early last year, just less than a year ago, right? I actually had 0 subscribers. So at this time last year, I had 0 subscribers. I had no following. No one was opening my emails. No one was buying my stuff. Nothing was happening, right? And you can see the progression and how over the course of, it happened a little bit, and I started to play around a little bit, and then all of a sudden things started to happen quickly. But I'll share with you that it was a really big journey, because for me, like right around this point, was looking for ways to kind of, sell my stuff, frankly. I was looking for ways to be able to get my products out there, for me able to build awareness, for me, like all the things that we need to do when we're building an online business, right? But ultimately, I wanted a way that was actually going to like work. I got into the business because I wanted to help people. I got into the business because I wanted to, to make an impact and teach people, these skills that helped me so much when I got out of college. But nobody was listening. Nobody was answering, because I wasn't getting through any of the email filters. Nobody, was opening their emails anymore, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people sending people emails every day. And so I was just trying to break through, looking for a way to be able to stand out of the crowd. And chatbots, luckily, messenger marketing was something that not a lot of people were talking about at the time, but that I had heard on a podcast that I was listening to. And so I kind of dove in, right? I had nothing else to lose. And you'll see here, I just kind of got started, right? And the challenge is that there was nobody who was teaching this stuff. There was no courses out there. There was no chatbot courses. There was no messenger marketing courses out there. And so for me, what I had to do is I had to learn all of this stuff on my own. And it was really a trial and error period. And I was pissing people off sometimes, because I was sending them messages when they weren't wanting to get messaged. People, were breaking the bot, and I had to kind of fix it. So I was learning all of these things because, well, frankly, no one was teaching this stuff. And so I had someone reach out to me, and I had someone tell me, like, you need to go all in on this messenger bot stuff. You need to help people with chatbots, because nobody's doing it. And so I had this epiphany that, I wanted to help marketers. I wanted to help entrepreneurs. I really enjoy teaching this stuff. And there was this group of people who wanted to learn about messenger bots. There was this group of people who wanted to learn about chatbots, but there was there was some courses out there, but there was no courses that I needed, right? There wasn't the ones who taught me how to sell with that stuff. There wasn't the ones who taught me how to go out there and get more messenger marketing clients, right? There weren't the courses out there to teach me how to sell chatbots. And so what I did you can see over the last really year or so, was go on a mission to test out, not only for myself, obviously I've been playing around with it, but you can see over here on the left, I'm going to see if I can move my camera over to the right so you guys can see. I have tons of different messenger bots that I've been responsible for over that time period. And so I've been implementing them not only with myself, but with all of my clients. And the best thing about it is that it's been something that improved conversions every single time we've implemented it. And I've yet to find a client that we couldn't create a messenger bot for. And so it was really this kind of wild ride, but I'm super grateful that I wasn't really good at creating landing pages. I'm super grateful that there were already tons of people doing Facebook marketing and Facebook advertising. And so this was a way for me to just kind of stand out. And it's put me in front, it's given me tons of opportunities. And kind of going back to the beginning here, you guys can see over the last 3 months, I was able to leverage just this system that I'm talking about here and to create over $15,000 in online sales from 2 different courses. And the great thing is that's all profit. That's pretty much all margin. And the wonderful thing is that those things are scalable because every time someone buys my course or every time someone buys a course, it's not like I have to recreate anything. It's already created. Everything's already in there, and I'm just adding on to it, and I'm updating it as I go, and I'm continuing to help them. And so you can see here, there are some peaks. And so I guess if I think about it, right, let's see. Is there any questions down here about how to do it? Jossie, thanks for being here and showing up. Jossie's actually been someone who's been with me throughout the whole period as well. Dane came out to our Influencer Summit out in December. And Molly, what's going on? I appreciate all the love. Molly, she says that it would keep you ahead of the curve. And here's the thing, absolutely, it would keep me ahead of the curve a little bit. But for me, what I really see, Molly, is that there is a gold rush for marketers right now. And I want to help people take advantage of that gold rush because there's this small opportunity where if you can get in and utilize this space, just by using it, your business will stand out. And it's not going away, right? I mean, we just hit the 2-point-something billion mark, messenger app users in the whole world. We're probably going to hit 3 billion users by the end of 2018. And not to mention that Facebook just opened up their WhatsApp to businesses to be able to reach customers there. And so this stuff is not going away, right? And that was another thing that I realized was that this ability to have a conversation with your clients, this ability to replicate a sales conversation with software, right? To replicate a sales conversation with a quote unquote chat bot is one of the best things that you can do for your business because it scales that relationship in a way that was only possible when you had individual people on the phone. It's amazing when people are actually able to get their questions answered. And earlier today, I had someone ask me, was this a messenger bot or is this a real person? And I was like, you'll never know, right? You'll never know because the great thing is that it can be automated and it can also be hybrid where you can jump in and respond to these messages too. So people don't really understand the full capabilities of this stuff until they start getting into it. Until they start really taking advantage of it. So, I don't know. I guess I'm so excited about it. So let's see. Is there any questions? Joseph, you're going to appreciate, we have a new bot coming out that is going to crush my one. That I built for you a while ago, and it puts it to shame. It's disgusting. I had someone reach out to me, and they came to me, and they're like, "Hey, this bot's better than yours. We think you should use it." And I'm like, "You're absolutely right." And so the capabilities that these things have is absolutely, is incredible because it's not. You don't just have to rely. You don't just have to rely on words. You can use video and gifs and audio, and you can use links, and you can connect to your website, and you can process payments, and the list goes on and on about all the different things that you can do with your chatbot. So all that to say, it's something that you should use. Because if you don't, you're going to not be relevant in the coming time, in the coming years, right? Millennials, they did a study and they found that 41% of millennials said that they are totally okay doing business with, doing business with a company that they only communicate with via text. Think about that. over half of the world's biggest consumer population right now, about half, right? 41%, excuse me, just under half of the world's largest consumer population right now is totally okay only texting your company. So why would you put them through the hassle of making them talk on the phone? I hate when a company makes me talk on the phone. I hate when clients make prospective leads jump on the phone. That is such a large barrier to entry that people do not want to deal with. If you've ever had an aversion to, or like to hopping on the phone, if you ever said, I'm not going to do that when it comes to hopping on the phone or like making a phone call, please comment. Or actually, you know what, better yet, just take your thumb and hit that like button and let me know if that's something that you've ever experienced, because I know for me it's like I don't want to talk to someone on the phone unless it's like my fiance, maybe my mom, right? And that's like my partner, right? You know, if we're getting sales updates and we're talking about money, but like there are very limited people who I want to talk to on the phone, because frankly, time is so valuable. And so if you can offer a way for your business to actually interact with your clients that doesn't require them to take time out of their day, that doesn't require an inconvenience, well, now you are providing even more value to your customer because you're not asking them to go out of their way to talk on the phone. Like the other day, I didn't want to make a phone call to my bank because who knows how long I'm going to sit on hold. Like, I don't know. Sometimes those things can take 10 minutes and sometimes you can be on the phone with the bank for an hour. And it's like, man, time is of the essence these days, and people do not want to spend that much time doing something that they're not that invested into yet. And especially if it's very early in the process, or especially if it's very early on in the relationship, well, all of this is going to make it more difficult for that consumer to be willing to actually pick up the phone. And so the reason why messenger marketing and the reason why chatbots are so powerful is that ultimately, yes, they do produce revenue, and they can produce it in an individualized, in a personalized way that actually makes it not spammy, that makes it not bombarding, that actually makes it much more personalized, much more relatable for that consumer when they are going through your sales process. And so by doing this, you can actually implement an infrastructure in your business that automatically drives sales, or automatically qualifies leads, or automatically schedules appointments, or whatever you're doing to drive your sales process. Chatbots can actually do that. And so it can be as simple as hooking it up to your own calendar website, or it can be as elaborate as them scheduling appointments through Google Calendar right there in your bot. So, anywho, I think I'm ranting a little bit, but I've got a few more minutes here. So if anybody has any questions out there, throw it down. I'm definitely willing to answer it. So the challenge is like, it's the same game, it's a different medium, right? It's the same game, it's just a different medium. And what I mean by that is that it's all digital marketing, it's all funnels, it's all direct response marketing, it's all educational marketing, it's all infotainment, it's all content, it's all of that. It's always that. It's just a new platform. It's a new game, right? It's like soccer has been played outdoors for however long, right? But then all of a sudden you move soccer into indoors, and it's called indoor soccer, and it's basically the same rules, but there are some different tactics. There are some different things that you can do. If you think about volleyball, right? Volleyball started inside maybe, right? But then all of a sudden you start playing it on the beach, and there's some different things that you can do. There's some different positives. There's some different negatives. It's just a different environment. But the reason that it's helpful right now, and the reason that it's so powerful right now, is that there are not a lot of businesses using it yet. But that window is going to close, and that window is going to be extinct, and it's going to be something that's expected, right? It's like if they buy a product of yours, they're going to expect being able to check out through Messenger. They're going to be able to expect to be able to check on their packages through Messenger. They're going to be able to expect to be able to do these basic things that used to require a phone call through Messenger. And so by catching up now, you can actually get ahead of the curve and really stay on top of it, right? So Jocelyn says, can you use your bot to send quiz results from a website? Absolutely, right? And you can even actually have your bot trigger, create its own quiz, and then it can actually, do the quiz right there in the bot and then go out and grab that information or the corresponding answers or the results from your bot. Or you can have the quiz, have the bot take the quiz and then dump all the answers into a Google Sheet automatically. So it makes all of these things much, much easier. So, anywho, I wanted to get this on camera because someone called me bullshit, so I'm just going to tag him in this video and tell him to go watch it. And, that's all I got for you guys. So go and let me know what you guys think about the Millennial Skills swag, all right? Let me know what you think about it. And give me an emoji. And if you guys want to learn about this stuff even more in depth, click the link in the description and sign up for the training. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Have an amazing day, and see you later. Peace.